Let's have a small lesson and discussion on this piece and follow the lesson for free and just pick up some tips on playing this style of music and ornaments and things like that. But if you're interested, I do have a sheet music edition of this piece. It's part of my Gaspar Sanz collection, Volume 2, and that's a collection of 6 works, and there's a link for that sheet music in the description. Compared to the previous pieces that we've played from this collection so far, this one a little bit more graceful, a little bit slower. That's my choice of the tempo anyway. A little bit different of a dance, more of a sway to it than like a strict thumping dance or something like that. And I think that goes well with the the title of the French ballet. I think in this particular piece, the importance here is just a real focus on swaying through that rhythm in a calm way, while also giving lots of motivic attention to the notes, and when they change voices, lots of exchanges in this piece, and also just making sure you clean up your ornaments a little bit so it's graceful and crisp, but not aggressive or anything like that. So getting that kind of feeling into your body before you begin the piece, I think, is really important. And you can see that time I just did one full measure of accounting for myself, almost like conducting for myself, because I want my body to feel that rhythm before I start playing. I would even do it much more in concert. I would probably feel like a couple of bars of just this, just so that I'm feeling the rhythm before I begin playing, so that the playing is kind of more nimble and delicate, but your feeling of the pulse is very relaxed and in your body, so that you don't get freaked out by the notes, or the playing of the guitar isn't deciding how the rhythm feels. So I think on this particular piece, that kind of graceful swaying is important. The vibrato marking in this piece at the very beginning, I kind of ignore it. It's too short of an area to do much vibrato, and I know in the time period it's more of an ornament, but on the modern guitar it comes off a little bit funny, so I just ignore that. I play the trills in different ways in this piece depending on where they occur. A lot of them playing from the written note to the upper auxiliary and back, but some of them, if the note before is higher, I use it as a suspension and start from the upper note. So I'll just cover that as I go over the piece. The time signature change at the beginning is a little bit silly. It's just like it's like a pickup bar in a way. So you don't really have to think about it. It's just groups of 3. Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. But I wouldn't never think in groups of 3 so much like da 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 da, but just a nice sway. Ya. So that little section, I use that C as a suspension and start from the upper auxiliary. Same thing there, starting from the D. And I do that ornament as a mordent, C, B, C. I love those little exchanges between the two voices. Do a mordent there as well in measure 4. Mordent, so G, F sharp G. I start from the E as a suspension again. Same thing there. I do a trill there, even, it's just an unmarked ornament, but I do a trill from the D. Just a normal one there, because it just feels right. There's no opportunity for suspension. It's mid-phrase. I don't want to add too much dissonance. From the upper auxiliary there. I start that measure with my second finger, by the way. That's measure 13. Just the measure before has this C in the bass. So I grab 2 there, grab 1 there. Otherwise you're folding 2 over. Second string. I add an ornament there. There's nothing written in my score, but I do a little trill there. Same thing there. I do a DC, DC. I actually wasn't going to add those ornaments, but when I played it, I just did it naturally, so I'll tell you about it there. A very welcome piece in the collection. It's just like it's very graceful and kind of mournful in a way. Just a really, really nice flavor from Sands, and Baroque in flavor for sure, but yeah, just very graceful and very nice. So I really love that piece. I've never heard it before finding it, so I was very happy to find the piece and make an arrangement of it. Not too much arranging in this one, by the way. All the slurs are editorial, but really I didn't have to change much. There's 1 or 2 small notes in my notation, which you'll notice, like the small note in the second measure. That's an editorial addition. I think it works really well there. There's another one in measure 7. These are just small notes adding to the consistency of the texture. When I look at other similar measures in the piece, that's what they look like, and they felt like there was something missing, so those smaller notes are just editorial additions. You can leave them out if you wish, but I think they make the piece more consistent and work better on the modern.